What's up, everybody? This is your girl, Erica, from the CLASSYIT blog. We're going over the luxury belief of rugged individualism, credit over sale, and identity. I know, that was a long title, and I'm sorry, but I had to hit a few talking points here today. There is a case right now where the man is potentially going to jail for 32 years. What happened? Him and another man worked at a hot dog stand in Phoenix, Arizona. In like 1988, something to that effect, or late 1992. And he stole the man's identity. Now, not only did he go off and steal the man's identity, he went to school. He married a woman. He had a child. He went and got an IT career where he was getting paid $170,000 a year for about 7 years. And when the man, who somehow sounds very transient, came along trying to use his own credit, his own name, he got arrested. And the man who stole his identity, Mr. William, stole his identity, put him in jail, got him put in jail. Now, he was in jail, technically because of the judge, waiting in the county jail for 2 years. Because he would never reclaim, hey, this isn't me. You know, I stole an identity. He would never agree to the charges. He would never agree to the information. And they basically gave him 2 years time serve, essentially. Told him, don't do it again. And what'd he do? He left jail and said, man, this is me. This is my identity, man. And what's the most unfortunate part of this story is, one, there's so many gaps. Where has this man been for these past 30 years? This guy's been using his identity. And part of the reason he even found out somebody using his identity is because the man was making so much money, his tax bill, you know, when he started paying taxes, he had to pay higher income taxes. Part of why I'm bringing this story up, and it's really unfortunate, because once they figured out, you know, I mean, basically this guy had to go 48 hours detective mode, go find the other guy he worked with from the hot dog stand's adoptive parents that he ran away from home at 16 from, and committed a series of small petty crimes, which is why he didn't want to use his identity. He had to find them and bring them to court and say, this is their son. His name is not William. This is our son who we adopted. Now, part of why I'm bringing this conversation up in the series of luxury beliefs is my first problem with this whole thing is, where has the original man been? What has he been doing with his life that this hasn't been a problem before these last 3 years? On top of that, while I'm sitting in county jail for 2 years, I'm going to make phone calls. I'm going to call all my family. I'm going to write my public defendant, my attorney they assigned to me. I'm going to write the name of every cousin. I'm going to write the name of the high school I attended, the elementary school I attended. I'm going to write every job I've ever had down. I'm going to write every girl that used to be my girlfriend down. I'm going to go find my parents, my cousins, my siblings, my extended cousins. I'm going to have at least 100 people that's like, oh no, that's Erica Williams. Not this other lady stealing her identity. But the problem in our society is we're tied to this rugged individuality that, you know, I can just do it all on my own. I'm going to be a lone wolf and nobody can tell me what to do. And guess what happened in this process? There was no one there to back his claim. This man had to go become an investigative detective almost and go find the other man's parents. It's like a Lifetime movie in writing. And I really hope this guy writes a book. I really hope he gets some kind of movie credits. I hope, you know, Tubi just doesn't steal the ideal and go make the movie. But the problem with all this is, comes from this isolation theory. This comes from hanging under the radar. This comes from, I'm not going to marry and have kids and have community in my life. He didn't go to church. He didn't stay in touch with his own family. There's no one in the world that can vouch for this man. He had to sit in jail for 2 years. There wasn't enough people. They had to force these two men to do DNA tests to get down to the root of this. Makes no sense to me. Makes no sense to me. I would have had a list of 100 people in that courtroom, or on paper or on video. I would have found old photos of myself. See, this is what happens when we live in these isolated bubbles. And there's no one to vouch for us. There's no one on our team. It's a dangerous way to live. It's very dangerous. And I get it. And why am I bringing up this identity as the opening conversation in all this? Because that's the problem with a lot of you right now. You have an identity that you're tied to that is no longer you, and it doesn't serve you.